Hello, adventurers! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 49th episode of our background series. Man, I can literally, see the end. It's such a nice feeling. Until they add a bunch of new backgrounds, which Wizards of the Coast probably will at some point or another. In any case, today we're going to be taking a look at Soldier. This is one of the more OG backgrounds, throwback to the Player's Handbook. Also, if you're using D&D Beyond for free, this is likely one you'll have access to, as it's just part of the basic rule set as well. In any case, if this is the first video of the series you're watching and you'd like to check out all of the backgrounds in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, please do click on that little eye icon up above there, or wait until the end of the video and click on one of the end card screens, and that'll take you to the full playlist where we have it should be about 54 videos currently, but it'll get higher, obviously, as Wizards of the Coast releases more stuff. In any case, today we're going to be taking a look at the Soldier. Let's dive right in by first going over its description. War has been your life for as long as you care to remember. You trained as a youth, studied the use of weapons and armor, learned basic survival techniques, including how to stay alive on the battlefield. You might have been part of a standing national army or a mercenary company, perhaps a member of a local militia who rose to prominence during a recent war. Basically, you are no stranger to battle. There's a couple of these backgrounds where I'm like, yeah, you probably wouldn't be okay killing a gnoll or a kobold, but this one, it's like, yeah, no, you have every right and every reason to resort to violence and fatal hits. In any case, let's move on to its mechanics here. Under skill proficiencies, you'll gain athletics and intimidation, both of which are great, and when one is not useful, the other is likely to be, so it's a really great way to balance out your character. Under tool proficiencies, you gain one type of gaming set, and land vehicles as well, which may be super useful depending on your campaign. Certainly worth talking over with the Dungeon Master. And in terms of gaming set, really is up to you. Dragon chests, dice, cards, whatever tickles your fancy, really. Now let's move on to its equipment here. You'll gain an insignia of your rank, which is relatively important for later on. A trophy taken from a fallen enemy. A set of bone dice or deck of cards, kind of depending on whatever you picked for your gaming set, a set of common clothes, and a pouch containing 10 GP, which puts you right in line with the average there. Overall, it's a pretty solid set of mechanics, 2 skill proficiencies, 2 tool proficiencies, and the insignia of rank is likely going to be the most important thing. Now let's move on to your feature. You'll gain a military rank, and this is where that insignia comes in handy. You have a military rank from your career as a soldier. Soldiers loyal to your former military organization still recognize your authority and influence, and they defer to you if they are a lower rank. You can involve your rank to exert influence over other soldiers and requisition simple equipment or horses for temporary use. You can also usually gain access to friendly military encampments and fortresses where your rank is recognized. Something I do want to point out here that I know a lot of DMs have dealt with, especially in the Adventures League circuits, make sure your rank matches up with your level. If you're a level 1 fighter, as much as you want to believe otherwise, you're not going to carry the rank of general. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. Unless the military company you belong to is only 2 people, and you're one of them, and the other one's like a 12-year-old, then no cigar, buddy. You're not a general. You're a humble foot soldier. If that. And likely you're still involved in whatever organization, because if you're a foot soldier who left the military and then came back and starts flaunting your rank around like you're top shelf, that might not go over too well. Like really might get you in a lot of trouble, or get you re-enlisted, or get you locked up, or any number of bad things could happen. Moral of the story, just make sure you're being realistic with your rank relative to your starting level, and you can always improve your rank as you do more deeds and as you do more for the military company and all that good stuff. Now let's move on to some suggested characteristics here. For the personality traits example, I went with, I've lost too many friends and I'm slow to make new ones. Under ideal, the greater good. Our lot is to lay down our lives in defense of others, and this will tick you towards the good side of the alignment. Under bond, I would still lay down my life for the people I served with. And flaw, the monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. Long story short, it's likely the group you were a part of got wiped out by some either massive monster or maybe a horde of weaker ones, and you kind of beat yourself up about it a lot. Maybe you were victorious, but at a huge cost, wiping out the majority of your company, or at least the individual group you belong to. And maybe that's why you took up adventuring, either to gain revenge for them, or maybe just to make the nightmares stop, as it were. Lots of cool stuff you could do with this. In terms of character flexibility, man, sky's really the limit. This is a good character example, but you could go really dark really fast. Like in the nature of war, you discover the true inequality between the bureaucrats in their ivory towers and you on the bloody battlefield, and that makes you want to overthrow them. And there's just really a lot you could do with this. Sky's really the limit. Now let's move on to my personal thoughts on it. I really like the soldier. I think it's just good all around. There's almost nothing I'd change about it. Looking at its mechanics, really strong set of mechanics. Its equipment has a lot of flavor to it. Something I would check with my dungeon master about is the viability of proficiency with land vehicles. Might make more sense to trade them up with water vehicles, or I don't know. It kind of depends on the world you're in and what he would like you to kind of start out as. And of course, have that discussion regarding military rank as well. At the very least, it'll give them some time to prep some form of a war that recently ended or is still going on or is likely to kick off for you to get yourselves involved with as a character arc or several side quests. And looking at their characteristics, there's just really a lot you can do. Sky really is the limit. That being said, let me know what you think of the soldier down beneath in the comment section. Be sure to mention any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, ideas, or even stories of your own. And if you'd like to get access to a free one-shot, please do so by checking out the guild hall and using code WELCOME. That being said, I hope you all have a great day, and as always, happy adventuring.